We making comeback season a thing. This is Hazzeus Sports Talk, so make sure it's stuck on play. We about to do this the Ohio way. Yo.
Welcome back to the Hazzeus Sports Talk. It's the hottest show in the galaxy where we always keep it a buck in these states. All right. So today we're going to talk about some current events going on with our Cleveland Browns. Okay, we finished our second preseason game. Didn't play really too many starters at all. Outside of a few special team starters I saw. Second string defense, I don't know. I watched Philadelphia. I understand it's preseason. I understand, we don't want to show too much. But simple stuff. The way I saw Philadelphia just march down the field with Gardner Minshew against our second string is a little concerning. I know one of the biggest attributes you can have to a successful football team is having depth. Okay. And all preseason and all offseason, we talked about how much depth we wanted to have on the defense and on our defensive line and our secondary, so on and so forth. So we didn't have Greedy. We didn't have Denzel. MJ Emerson, the rookie, he played a little bit. We didn't have anybody on our back end. Our safeties with Delpit, they didn't play at all either. So a lot of our second team, where our depth is supposed to be, was on the field, and they gave up a lot. They gave up the draws, y'all. They gave up the draws, okay? Like a Long Island iced tea at the club. They gave up the draws after that. All right. I watched on a 3rd and 17. 3rd and 17. Let's get off the field time, right, defense? Let's get off the field time. And they ran a draw for 22 yards. A draw. Not a trick play. Not a busted coverage. A draw. Okay? That defensive end didn't set the edge. He got too far up the field. Left the lane. And they gashed us. 3rd and 17, went straight up the field, got the first down. All right. That's unacceptable. Okay, but I will say there were some positive things I saw. I saw Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs looked pretty decent. He played with the backups. He played pretty decent. I saw the offensive line look pretty decent. Okay. I didn't see too many penalties. That didn't stand out to me, which you usually see a lot of that with the second team and in the preseason. It's sloppy out there. That's why a lot of people don't like watching preseason games, because it gets sloppy. All right. I did see Cade York. Man, I tell you, he's going to be a celebrity in Cleveland. Cade York, our kicker. We haven't had a good kicker since Phil Dawson. Okay, we've been looking for a kicker since Dawson. And you remember when we came back in 99, Phil Dawson was like our most valuable player because he was the one keeping us from getting shut out every week. At least we got 3. At least we could count on Phil Dawson to come through. We had 1 million quarterbacks. Couldn't get a first down. Our defense will hold for a little bit. As long as we got field goal range, we can put some points on the board and at least make it worth watching. I think Cade York is going to be, he has the potential to be better than Phil Dawson. Now, that's saying a lot. Phil Dawson's going to go to the Hall of Fame. Okay? So, I don't want to spend too much time talking about the kicker because, they're kickers. But if you remember the playoffs last year, every game in those playoffs, almost 90% of those games, came down to a field goal, an extra point, your special teams. Cincinnati survived off of their field goal kicker, okay? They wouldn't be in the Super Bowl last year without their kicker. And he was a young kicker from the SEC also. I think he was from Florida. Our kicker is from LSU. I'm looking forward to having a good season. We did get the word down that Deshaun Watson is suspended for 11 games. I'm okay with Jacoby Brissett. 11 games, yeah. I just need you to keep the ship afloat. All right? Stay competitive. Our defense and our running game can keep us in and goes back to this kicker. We're going to need Cade York. Okay? We're going to have to win a lot of these close games, these low-scoring games. If our defense can hold you to 17, if we can put up 20 points on offense, we can win games. Defense hold them under 17. Offense scored 20 points. Can we get 20 points out of you, Stefanski, this year? 11 games, I just need 20 points out of our offense, and we're right there in it, and just in time for Watson to come back and push us over the hump for a nice, strong playoff push at the end of the year. Now, looking at the schedule, it looks like Jacoby's going to get three conference games. Deshaun's going to get 3 conference games. Okay? Go 2-1 in the conference, Jacoby, and we're looking good. 2-1. All right? You should be able to beat Pittsburgh. You should be able to beat Baltimore. And you may go 3-0. If you can go 3-0, Jacoby, if our offense can go 3-0, I mean, did we forget how we played Baltimore last year? I mean, we swept Cincinnati with Baker Mayfield and with a chicken wing arm. We swept Cincinnati, okay? So that's completely possible for us to, and they went to the Super Bowl. It's completely possible for us to sweep them again this year. I'm not completely sold on Cincinnati like everybody is. They had some breaks go their way, okay? And they took advantage of it. Sometimes in this league you need luck. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. Did you forget how we played Baltimore last year? Yeah. We forced Lamar Jackson into plenty turnovers. That's why it was so frustrating for Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett to be getting to Lamar Jackson, forcing these turnovers, but we couldn't put up the points to win the game because we're turning the ball over. If I can get average quarterback play, a solid running game, and that solid defensive effort like we had last year against Baltimore, we can win that with Jacoby Brissett. I know we can win it with Deshaun Watson. Hands down. I have no doubt in my mind that this team that we have can beat Baltimore with Deshaun Watson. I think we can sweep the division with Deshaun Watson. Honestly. Okay? So that's where I stand on the season starts in 2 weeks. We just found out that Baker Mayfield will be the starter for the Carolina game. Good for him. He deserved that. I thought he was better than Sam Darnold anyway. I always had a feeling that he would start. And he wasn't that bad with Cleveland. I mean, I don't want to act like he was Deshaun Kaiser bad. He wasn't. All right? But that goes back to this narrative about the Browns should just be happy making the playoffs. No. Y'all see that? No. Y'all see them? We've won championships. Contrary to what everyone wants to believe, as if Cleveland has never won a championship. Yes, we have won championships. I've watched us win division championships. I've watched us go to the conference championship game. So we have it in us. So just making it to the playoffs, I'm sorry, that's not good enough. It's better than before, but is that all you want? Is that all you want? You just want to make it to the playoffs? Is that it? No. We want more. Baker reached his ceiling. Pun intended, I guess. You know, he's a short guy. He reached his ceiling. And we're thankful for that. But it's time to move on. It's time to get to the next level, okay? And we wanted more. And we had to pay. And we're still paying for it. It cost us, okay? It cost to get a Deshaun Watson in his prime. Cost $230 million guaranteed. I call it the Browns tax. We have to pay more for our players. Did you see his first OTA in April? It was snowing. That's why you have to pay $230 million to a Deshaun Watson to come to Cleveland. Because he's coming into these elements. Okay? It is what it is. Somebody was going to pay it. But they're mad that we paid it. There wouldn't be this much uproar, and I've said this before. I've said this to a lot of people watching this right now. I don't think there would be this much of a pushback on Watson if he chose a different team. If he would have went to New Orleans, I don't think this would have happened. If he would have went to Atlanta, I don't think there would be this much pushback on a suspension. I don't. I honestly don't. But the moment he chose Cleveland, he became the worst person in the world. I don't know what he did in those massage parlors. You don't know what he did in those massage parlors. I don't know. It's not my business. Okay? I'm in the business of cheering for the Browns. There's more than one person on the Browns. I'm standing with my Browns. Always going to stand with my Browns. The same way Baltimore stood with the Ravens after Ray Rice, after Ray Lewis. The same way the Steelers stood with Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, they celebrated this man. So let's not get it twisted as if, we're not allowed to cheer for the Browns because a player has some misconduct. I don't raise my kids to look at Browns as players as role models or as this is the standard of morality. No. I want you to go win some games. That's all I care. I'm not asking you to date my daughter. I'm asking you to win some freaking football games. Is that too much to ask? Let's go. Okay? So he's out for 11 games. Now, we had an unfortunate fan-son combination in Cleveland Browns Stadium. Well, it's First Energy Stadium now, but in the stadium for the Eagles game. It's going around the internet. I know you've all seen it. He had held up a sign, and his son held up a sign. It was bad. It was really embarrassing. It was poor taste to say the least. All right, and if you haven't seen it, the dad had a sign that said, "Fuck them hoes." The son was holding a sign that said, "Free Watson." All right, embarrassing. And if anybody in his family or friends is watching, I'm sure they've told him, that's not what we're here for. All right, come on. As if we don't have enough heat in Cleveland. Come on, stay classy, Cleveland. I can't get down with that. I can't get down with that at all. I'm sorry, nah. Nope, won't do it. Don't support it. I'm calling it out. It's bullshit. Exactly what it is. I'm telling you, I'm keeping it a buck with you. That's some bullshit. All right. If you want to support the quarterback on the field, okay. You don't have to demean the women who are accusing Watson of misconduct. You do not have to demean them to consider yourself a Browns fan. It's unnecessary. So cut it out. All right? Every game that we play outside of Cleveland, we're going to hear from the fans. And the only way to get rid of that, play well. Time will tell. It'll all go away. And that's what we've seen throughout sports. I mean, we still to this day. Matter of fact, today is Kobe Bryant's birthday. I think he would have been 44 today. Celebrate him. All right? He had some problems too. A lot of athletes have had some problems. If you play well, you get a second opportunity. I believe people deserve second chances. All right? So, with that being said, I'll see y'all on the next episode of Hazzeus Sports Talks. Go Browns. Go Bucks.